The Fate of the Furious is as ridiculously entertaining as you might expect. It's certainly better than was suggested by its trailers, which came across more like parodies of a Fast and Furious movie. Indeed, no eighth movie in any franchise has any right to be as fun or effective as Fate manages to be. It provides plenty of the high-octane escapism and vehicular mayhem fans of the series want, while also laying the groundwork for a new phase in the franchise. Fate has a great hook. Dom betrays his team for mysterious reasons, joining Charlize Theron's hacker queen Cypher to help fulfill her nefarious agenda.
You gonna turn your back on family?
Why, oh why would Dom ever turn his back on his family? Well, I'm not going to spoil that reveal for you, but it's a compelling human reason. With Dom now an agent of Cypher's, the team, Letty, Roman, Tej, and Ramsey, and rogue DSS agent Luke Hobbs are recruited by Mr. Nobody to pursue Dom and Cypher and clear themselves in the process. They also gain a surprise ally in Jason Statham's Deckard Shaw, the villain of Furious 7. The hunt for Dom takes them to New York City and Russia. And while the movie's opening race in Havana gives car bomb a whole new meaning, the Manhattan sequence is the movie's most insane and effective action set piece, as Cypher's hackers commandeer waves of cars with autodrive chips to become her unwitting drone army.
Oh, damn!
This autopilot assault is followed by the team's literal multi-pronged effort to trap Dom's car in a sequence that tosses out all the laws of physics. The final act is essentially one prolonged chase across the ice in Russia. If you ever wanted to see The Rock surf a torpedo or cars take on a nuclear sub, then Fate of the Furious is the movie for you. But this whole sequence goes on for way too long, culminating in some truly logic-defying antics, even by this series' admittedly low standards. The hand-to-hand combat here is likewise over the top, especially Dwayne Johnson's bone-crunching brawling. Jason Statham also gets several cool action moments, but it's these two rivals' verbal sparring that proves even more ridiculously macho as their insults grow increasingly crude yet funny as the film proceeds.
I will beat you like a Cherokee drum.
Director F. Gary Gray's movie works like a wrestling narrative, built around face-heel turns and heel-face turns.
It took longer than I expected.
These redemptions will also allow for some refreshing in the ranks in the inevitable 9th and 10th films. But the real standout among the cast is the series' new adversary. Charlize Theron brings the proper degree of icy cruelty to Cypher, who is essentially a Bond villain. She operates out of a jet, has a seemingly endless supply of henchmen, and harbors plans for global domination. Theron underplays the role with a Cobra-like stillness, making Cypher's head games and willingness to kill anyone all the creepier. The biggest letdown is that we never get to see Theron behind the wheel or throwing down, as Mad Max in her upcoming Atomic Blonde proves she's more than capable of handling. Less effective is series newcomer Scott Eastwood as Mr. Nobody's no-nonsense deputy. Eastwood seems a bit too old to play such a callow character, and the jokey jabs at his expense don't always land. As my colleague Terry Schwartz put it after her screening, The Fast and the Furious is basically a superhero franchise now. Indeed, if Dom joined a super soldier program in the next movie, I wouldn't bat an eye. If the team goes into space in the 10th movie, of course they do. Why wouldn't they? Now that the franchise is basically a soap opera meets comic book series, then it's truly anything goes. For more movie reviews, keep it here on IGN.